I'm going to be sharing with you in this video how to create a new definition of success to help you create what you want. Because the truth is that I really believe that if we redefine our entire definition of success, that's going to be the differentiating factor that's going to help you to create what you want and not getting what you want. That's going to be the difference between you getting what you want and not getting what you want, and not having the desires that you want in your life happen, or allowing those things to happen in your life in a way where you're putting in the correct amount of action, not more than you need. You definitely are going to over excel at times and definitely overachieve if you want to do that, but not so much to the point where you're draining yourself and you feel like you can't be the person that you actually want to be in your life. And so the first thing that I want to share with you in regard to how to actually create that new definition of success, then to help you get what you want, is just to remember that success is ultimately just being aligned with your desire. Like, that's all success really is. Success is nothing more than just you getting in alignment with the intention, with the desire. That's success. Now, that's an interesting definition because most people really believe, and this is what I believe, and there's no wrong, like, again, technically you can look up the Google definition of success, but I think that success means simply taking consistent action and taking full control over the variables that you can control, because there's so many things in life that are going to happen that are totally out of your control. You know, so many things that are absolutely have nothing to do with you. It's not about you. Things just might happen that don't have anything to do with you. But as you're going through your life, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for you as those things are happening to take control over the things that you absolutely can control. Take full responsibility of those and to really start to just fully step into what you can control. Because if you start to take responsibility over those things that you can control, that's what's going to help you to really create what you actually want. That's what's going to help you to get the result. Now, the result is not going to be guaranteed. I'm not saying like, oh, if you do these XYZ steps, you're going to get the result. No, that's not something that I can promise. That's not something that any person can guarantee you. But I believe that we can put ourselves in a position to leverage our skill sets and have the highest probability chance based on consistent action and putting enough intention energy in a consistent direction where you have a very high probability of getting what you want in that situation, because you're leveraging your skill sets, you're taking consistent action, you have the necessary support systems, you're asking people for help, you're not believing, oh, I have to do it alone, me. Like, if you have all these things in check, it's going to be pretty likely that you get what you want. Many people don't get what they want because, number one, they don't know what they want, they don't have the right support systems, they just don't have enough commitment. There's a lot of things that go wrong. Like, I'm not saying that I know every reason, but for me, those are just a couple that come to mind that don't allow me to create what I want. And I believe that if I redefine my entire definition of success and I say that, you know what, all I have to do is just do what I can and then take those consistent actions where it's just about being in alignment and taking those actions, not getting a result. So the second thing that I want to share with you in this video is just remember that success is not about achieving a result. It's not about getting a result or getting something or getting to a certain point. If you want a result, that's fine. I'm not saying that that can't be part of success for you. And for me personally, of course, there's going to be specific things that you might want to happen or specific things that you want to achieve. But the truth is that even if that's the case, success is not about getting something, because even if you get something, that's just going to be the one thing that you get, but that's going to be a 5 to 6 second emotional reaction. But then what's left after that? What's left is the identity and the actions that got you to where you were. And are those actions, you continuing those on a daily basis? Are you okay with that? Is that okay with you? Because if that's not okay for you, you need to redefine your goal. And then, of course, your definition of success completely, because clearly those 5 to 6 seconds are not going to be worth it for you if you're going to go back to those actions and you're not enjoying your life. It doesn't feel like you're resonating and you're not enjoying the things that you're doing. And it's like, that's not a life to live. It's not a life to live where you're not enjoying the actions that you're taking, majority of your day. If a majority of your day you're taking actions that you don't even like, that you're not in alignment with, that you don't feel like are aligned with your heart and your soul and what you feel is good for you, then that's a huge problem. So remember, your goals can change, and it's not about the result. There's going to be many different things that you're going to want in your life, specific results. You're going to have hundreds of them. And they're all going to be short-lived, and they're all going to give you a few second reactions, emotional reaction, happiness. But that's not true happiness. True happiness is that underlying peace and knowing that you can be aligned with your identity. Of course, before any peace at all, just that essence of who you are, but then from that space, aligning with your intentions and trusting yourself in what feels right to you. Because there's going to be many ideas in life that don't resonate for you, but it's your job to take what resonates for you and only focus on those. Just focus on the things that you like. Many attributes in people that you're going to see in the world, you're not going to like those. You're going to be like, oh, I don't like that about that person. But don't focus on those. There's going to be something else that you do like about that person. Focus on those. I'm not saying you have to focus on those if you don't want to focus. You don't have to focus on those if you don't want to. But I'm just saying that in an inevitable conversation that you might have with a person, you're going to be better off just focusing on the attributes that you enjoy about that person until you don't have to focus on them anymore if you don't want to. But negativity is not going to win any situation. So in any situation in life, I really just invite and encourage, whether you're focusing on yourself or another person, sticking points are great, but remember to leverage on the things that you're good at, that you enjoy and that other person is good at as well. How can you create win-win scenarios where everybody can win? That's something really powerful that I think a lot of people forget as well. But as you're doing this, I just think one of the most important things in life just to remember is just to keep in the back of our minds that results are short-lived. The identity that you create for yourself is a more long-term based happiness. It's a longer, more reliable source of peace. More security. I feel more security and happiness, so to speak, or peace, you could say, or longer happiness, so to speak, maybe a more different kind of happiness, being aligned with who I say I want to be every single day. That's a type of security and peace that getting results can never give you. You might achieve $1 million, but what's left? The identity that you have about who you are every single day that you've always been. Winning $1 million is just going to amplify that. I think if you were to win $1 million, it would do nothing more than amplify who you are right now. And if you don't know how to manage yourself in a way, or manage your finances in a way to maintain $1 million in your bank, it's only going to go down, and you're not going to be able to increase that, to make more from that million. So this is why and I'm not saying that this is the truth of the world, or this is how it is, or I know everything. I'm just saying that I really do believe that your identity is very powerful, and remembering that who you are becoming is something that I think we should potentially value more than achieving a result. That's what I'm encouraging and inviting every single person to consider. Now, the final thing that I want to share with you in this video is just to remember, as you're doing this whole process, yes, it's going to sound cliche, but it's important to trust your intuition. To trust your intuition. And what I mean by intuition, what I really mean by intuition is that inner intelligence where you know if you're aligned with your goal. That's what intuition is, right? You have a goal, you have an intuition, and it's like, are you in alignment with that? That's the question, right? In any given moment, first of all, do you know your intention? And if you know your intention, the question once again is, are you aligned with that intention right now watching this video? Or if not in this video, click off the video. No, I'm just kidding, don't click off the video. But if watching this video is aligned with your intention, well then that's great. But when you click off this video, are you still going to be aligned with your intention? Are you going to create that for yourself? How much have you been aligned with your intention every single day? How much have you been connected to your intention? You really know. It's like, I believe there's this part of us, there's something deep within us. You could call it your intuition, you can call it your your deeper intelligence, or whatever word resonates for you. Whatever word you want to use, but it's like that's something within you. Some part within you, something deeper within you, something beyond words, just simply knows if you're aligned with your goal and what you want to create. You know if the actions you're taking are aligned with your goal. You just know. Because I think that we tell ourselves oh, I don't know what to do, how to create this goal. You probably do. You probably know who to ask for help if you don't know how to do it. You probably already know what actions to take to create what you want. You know what you have to do. And if you don't know how to do it, you know the resources, where to get the resources from, or how to obtain the resources. And if you don't know how to obtain the resources, you can set that intention and trust that you'll find a way. And then you're going to know that if you're in line with it, are you looking for it? Are you looking to find the resources? Because you're only going to find in life what you're looking for. A lot of times we don't really find solutions in life because we're not looking for the solution. But if you look for the solution and then trust yourself to see what is in alignment with that solution. You're going to know. You're going to know what to ignore, what to focus on, what to not focus on, and you're going to know. But it's about knowing the intention and then having that deeper intelligence within you, and you're going to know if you're doing the right thing for, what's going to help you get what you want and help you to create what you want. And this doesn't have to contradict helping. I think the win-win scenario is something to remember. You can absolutely align with your intentions, trust your intelligence to get that, and then still create a win-win scenario where other people can actually benefit from that. So just to conclude this video, I want to erase the idea that doing this is somehow going to hurt other people or be harmful to other people. Whatever you want to create in your life is only going to be beneficial to other people, because what you want to create, people want that as well. What do you want to create in your life? A podcast? Do you want to create be a position at a certain job? Like, what do you want? Being that is only going to be beneficial, because of course, whatever you want to do, let's say you want to create the best podcast in the world. Don't you believe that that's going to help people and they're going to benefit from that? You not creating your podcast would be a selfish decision for humanity, because your podcast is going to be a very good thing for the world. So that's what I want you to consider in this situation, is just to remember that you creating what you want, your intentions, whatever they are, I just need you to remove any idea of guilt or shame or I shouldn't want this, or this is going to be like, I shouldn't want this because it's like, oh, what about why should I? No, it's like, why should you feel bad about wanting what you want? It's only going to help the world for you to get what you want, because helping you get what you want is beneficial for humanity. Drop the idea, try to remove the idea, and you don't have to do this, but try your best to just remove the idea that you having what you want is a negative to humanity. That's not the case. You getting what you want, it's only going to help you get what you want, and it's going to help others as well, because they're going to benefit from you focusing on your desires. And if there's any resistance around that idea, I would invite and encourage you just to try to stay away from that, because guilt and shame is not going to be beneficial for you to create what you want. Guilt and shame and you saying, oh, I shouldn't want this, or I really do believe that if any person is facing guilt or shame, that's only going to be an obstacle to them creating what they want. And that's only going to be like, is you being in guilt, feeling guilty and like shameful and like feeling negative, is that going to be helpful to humanity? To carry the energy with you as you talk to people, to feel all this shame about wanting something and then not taking action towards it because you feel shameful towards wanting it? That's not going to help the world. That's not going to be beneficial towards the world. So what's going to help the world is to trust yourself as you want what you want, to fully own that part of you that just wants something and that trusts if you're in alignment with it. If it feels like you're creating something that you want and you feel like you're creating momentum, that's not a bad thing. That's a very, very good thing that you should own. That I would invite and encourage you. You don't need to do this because there's no something, you don't have to do any of this, but I would invite and encourage you to try to do this more. To own the fact that you're in a state of momentum and you want to keep that momentum going, and that's going to be helpful towards the world. It's not bad. It's actually good, because you're going to help the world doing it. You're going to help the world, and you're going to create more of what you want, and you're going to help others to align with that in their own way and to benefit from that presence of whatever you're doing. Whatever you want to do in your life, that's going to help the world. Try to open yourself up to that possibility, and I really do believe that that's going to help you to then create that new definition of success as well, then to help you as a result get what you want in your life as well.